I do have some microphones if we ever got like super professional. Like
headset ones?
No, like they go up your shirt.
Live, mother.
We live.
All right. We gotta do a mic check. Is this on? No, it's not.
Steeler Nation, assemble. Assemble.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm done.
Good. Testing.
Hazala, King J.
Testing. Perfect.
Hazala, King J. Hopefully the heat doesn't kick on.
And we're live.
Episode number 12, Respect Me Podcast, coming in hot. Spicy Pickle, King J.
What's going on?
Christmas cookies.
Candies, treats of all sorts.
Cats jumping on the counter eating cookies.
Okay.
It's not good.
No? Are they allowed? Are cats allowed to have chocolate?
I think that's dogs, right?
It will, yeah. I know it's dogs, but I'm asking if cats are not allowed to have it.
Probably not a good idea.
Okay, well, we'll find out if your cat's still there tomorrow morning. No guest speaker this week.
Nope.
No Greggy T.
Greggy T has a basketball game. He did win his championship last week.
Okay. What did he score in that game?
I think he had a lot of assists.
Okay.
He had about 9 points, I think.
Does he retain his scoring title as
I don't know.
Points per game after that? We'll have to find out. Yeah, we'll ask him about it.
We'll let the listeners know next week.
Yeah, sure thing. Let's get into this this past week Bills game. Ravens Bills. 24-17 Ravens. It was a defensive game like I think a lot of us thought it was going to be. We hung in there like not a lot of us thought we were going to do. But I don't know. How do you think the Bills played?
Well, the first half went exactly how I thought it would. Lamar Jackson had 38 passing yards in the first half.
Yeah.
Josh Allen had 30. The numbers were very similar. I couldn't tell you what the score was at halftime, but both offenses weren't doing much. Lamar was running. We did semi-contain him throughout the game. He did have a couple runs. Nothing substantial like we've seen him do across the league.
You think the weather had anything to do with that? It was really windy. Well, no, I'm just saying the score in general.
It was kind of windy. Like the field goal posts weren't really moving, but the flags at the top of the stadium were.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
7 punts by both teams in that game.
Yeah.
There was a lot of kicking.
Good defense.
It was. It was back and forth.
I mean, pretty much the one play that ruined it for the Bills was that deep pass to Hurst. Was that his name, Hurst?
Yeah, Hayden Hurst.
60-yard touchdown.
Yep.
I couldn't tell you what was happening on the coverage because I'm not that smart with football, but a 60-yard touchdown pass pretty much cost us the game. We lost by a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it was a blown assignment. I want to say one of our linebackers got caught in the crossing route there and left Hurst wide open. It bothers me because Mark Andrews exits early in that game. Their leading receiver.
Kind of like Jared Cook, but we'll digress later.
Mark Andrews leaves this game early. Their leading receiver. Everything's pointing towards the Bills now. We got some momentum where their top guy is out. They pull another tight end out. They got like 20 tight ends on this team.
It's ridiculous.
And they won't even use wide receivers. I think Willie Snead led their receiving corps with 2 catches and like 15 yards, like in a touchdown. But they don't throw to their wide receivers. The game plan, you lock up Lamar, and I think we did for the most part as far as him scrambling on us. You watch the run game and make him throw. And you know who he's going to throw to, the tight ends. And he still did it. And he's throwing to guys I've never heard of, and they're making plays out there.
I mean, he only had, 150, 170 yards passing the whole game?
Yeah,
so nothing crazy.
Yeah, he had like under 150
but,
or 150
I mean, we
yards.
talked about this last week. I think I picked the Bills. I don't know why I did that. But, I mean, Baltimore has a better offense.
Yeah.
Lamar is the better quarterback, which we talked about last week.
Yep.
And the point was proven again when Josh Allen, once again, overthrew John Brown and Foster on deep balls.
Oh, early, too. Yeah.
I mean, once Josh Allen improves to be able to hit those deep throws, It completely changes
That's
ball
the
games.
difference, man.
Like, every week we talk about Josh Allen overthrowing long balls.
I just want to see him connect.
Consistently. Like, more than 20%.
Yeah. He was 17 for 39 with 146 yards, a touchdown, and a fumble. And that's his first turnover in like 6 games. But 17 for 39, he was throwing. I mean, I know we were down most of that game, but you need to. The run was there.
Singletary was churning.
He was churning on all cylinders. 17 carries, 89 yards with Singletary on the ground. Keep feeding him the ball. When I saw Frank Gore come in, and it hurts me every time because it breaks the momentum.
The
I
flow.
feel like every time, and I know we got to give him, you got to give him a break once in a while. That's fine. But the fact that when this guy came in, he had I think he had 6 rushes for 4 yards. Keep Singletary, keep him in there. He's an all-down back. But we needed to run the ball. We needed to keep running the ball. It was a close game. It wasn't like we were getting blown out. And then something happened where, okay, now we're just going to call a throw every time. Allen hasn't been able to hit a deep ball all year, man, consistently. John Brown, I think, had 2 catches. He was not a factor this game.
He was. Good thing I had a first-round bye in one of my fantasy leagues because John Brown is starting in that lineup.
Oh, boy. I had Cole Beasley. He had the only I think he had the only touchdown for us.
Yeah,
and he had a 2-point conversion. Thank you.
Yeah, he was wide open on that 2-point conversion, by the way.
Yeah. He's open on a lot of plays. Use him how he's supposed to be used. He's a slot receiver.
He's like a cheaper Edelman.
He is. But I read this somewhere, and they had a point. The Bills are made up of a bunch of slot receivers right now.
Pretty much.
McKenzie, Beasley, John Brown. Where's our tall 6'4" guy that can do a jump ball?
We had Zay Jones, but
he couldn't catch.
Use him the right way.
He couldn't catch though, man. He would just drop everything thrown.
So who would you like the Bills to go get in the offseason? OBJ's on the trading market.
I mean, I'm looking for a tall guy, but I know he can make plays.
OBJ's decently tall.
He's like 6 foot. He's like 6 foot, maybe 1. I want to see them go get. I don't know. Honestly, I like a big body guy like that guy on Tennessee, Brown. What's his name?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, dude. I mean,
he's big.
Yeah, we just need a big frame guy. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't want no bum
that's more or less for the end zone where you like that tall guy.
But that's fine. You need something to switch it up because we got 3 wide receivers. They're all under 6 foot running the same routes out here, or you're running. John Brown.
They're getting open downfield.
Yeah, that's true.
A new receiver's not going to help because Josh Allen's going to overthrow
the
ball.
You know what though? John Brown will will burn you once in a while, and he's not hitting those throws when he needs to hit them. But I think just adding another weapon, just another tall receiver to the repertoire would definitely help.
I mean, they're pretty good, pretty efficient in the red zone this year, which is surprising from prior years. But, I mean, it couldn't hurt.
It couldn't hurt. I think Allen, he felt like he was under pressure the entire game. Our O-line really wasn't holding up too well. And, again, I'm not too sure if it's our O-line's fault there, but it seemed like he would roll out immediately after they hiked the ball. And I think he had more time than he thought back there. They were pressuring him, but he needs to step up in the pocket and make a throw instead of always rolling out to his right and throwing a sidearm pass out of bounds.
He was getting bashed around that game. He took some nasty hits. Even that last row of the game, he got demolished.
You see Lamar take any big hits?
No.
3 touchdowns and a pick. I mean, he only had 100-something yards, but again, man, that guy is just so efficient. He protects the ball. That interception was his first interception since week 5. Wasn't even his fault. I mean, good on our defense for picking off the play. I think it was Edmonds' first pick of the year. But that guy, he plays mistake-free all the time, and it showed. Was a defensive game. Like I said, 7 punts. I felt like that did have a big the weather did have a big part in the score and the outcome of this game. They punted like 30 yards, like 6 times, man. Like Bajorquez or whatever his name is.
Yep.
I felt like every time the Ravens had the ball, they were in our zone starting.
Mm-hmm.
They only had to go 20 yards every time, and they were in field goal range. And they got 3 touchdowns out of that.
They played them tough. Baltimore is one of the best teams in football, so, I mean, that's positive for the Bills.
That's true.
I mean, we don't really like moral victories. They need one more win to get in the playoffs, but they've beaten. I mean, if you want to consider Dallas as a good team, they've beaten Dallas, and that's about it.
That's it.
I mean, they're winning the games.
And I will
should.
call the Titans, although that wasn't that was a Mariota Titans.
The Mariota
The
Titans.
Mariota Titans are a lot different than the Tannehill
Not
Titans.
the Tannehills. Did you see that tackle by Tannehill?
No.
He threw a pick, and he ran back and tackled the dude and crushed him. You guys listen to this podcast, go on YouTube and check out that tackle by Tannehill. Holy shit.
It's next level.
So we'll move on from the Bills. I'm sure we'll come back to them a little bit later in the podcast. But what games were you surprised this past week?
This past week, the Bills game that we lost. No, the Patriots, man. I called them winning this one. They don't like to lose 2 in a row. They ended up losing to KC. It was a close game.
It was not.
Yeah, it was.
No, dude. KC was blowing them.
Didn't they only lose by like a touchdown?
Yeah, but Patriots were just like...
I know, they got dominated. I missed a bunch. See, I wish I would have done some more research on this game because I think I missed something I wanted to look up. I heard that the Patriots didn't get a call at the end of the game or 2 calls that cost them like 2 touchdowns throughout the game, and that was a difference maker. And boo-hoo, the Patriots don't get a call. But, you know, when it's everybody else, though, the Patriots seem to be on the other end of that at all the time, and finally they get something that doesn't go their way. I don't feel sorry for them.
I actually watched that whole Patriots game, and their offense looks terrible, and their defense played terrible. I mean, granted, it is KC, but they did not look like a good playoff contender team.
Well, look it. They really don't have any weapons. Tom Brady doesn't have any weapons right now.
They scored, I think, 2 touchdowns on trick plays. That's not going to get the job done in the playoffs.
Not. When your top receiver is a running back.
And Edelman was getting doubled the whole game.
Edelman's not a number 1 receiver.
He's on that team.
Well, I'm saying he's not a number 1 receiver. He's never been a number 1 receiver. They're forcing him to be one this year.
Right.
Look at they screwed up. They didn't.
They let Josh
Gordon go. They never signed Antonio Brown. You know, you don't have Gronk this year. There was some speculation he might sign with them in the second half here and make a push for the playoffs.
Good thing he didn't, man, because that would be a brutal situation to walk in.
Honestly, it would still help though because it's one more person you have to double cover now. Now you're not double covering Edelman every play.
And then James White opens up.
And
yeah,
James
they
White
literally have one guy that the defense has to cover.
Exactly, and he's not built up a chemistry with a lot of these young guys. N'Keal Harry. Jacoby Myers. These aren't people that Brady trusts right now. So he keeps going to his bread and butter, and all that Casey had to do was take those 2 guys out, Edelman and James White, and you shut down the entire offense.
They literally did. Brady was getting hit. He was getting a little frustrated. But yeah, to your point, the Patriots did score a touchdown. Was not a reviewable play. Coaches' challenges were gone, and the NFL didn't review it. And they didn't score. But, I mean, Kansas City turns the ball over and Patriots go 3 and out. So, I mean,
yeah,
it was a lot closer on the scoreboard than it was actually watching the game. Kansas City dominated them.
Did they miss any field goals that game? I know the Patriots been struggling with missed field goals, man, ever since
Couldn't even
Goss
tell you who
went
the
out.
kicker is now.
It's Nick Folk, so I thought.
Yeah, he had the appendectomy.
Yeah, I thought he was back in time.
He's back.
Good.
So, next week,
what do you want to do? Bills?
big matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Bills Steelers. Your boy King
Steeler
Jay
Nation?
will be there.
Steeler Nation?
Steeler Nation. Those on Instagram, respect me. Steelers blanket.
Primetime game. We got flexed.
Had to take the day off of work on Monday because of that. So thank you, NFL.
Yep. Steelers coming off a win against the Cardinals. They're on a 3-game win streak.
Duck Hodges is just incredible. He's 8 for 8 on 3rd down this past week, all throwing the ball. Come on, dude. 3rd string quarterback?
Look it. They're playing good right now, and I think Duck has given them this extra spark. They've won 7 out of their last 8 games.
Dude, they took Baltimore to overtime.
Don't
sleep on that. And that's when Mike Tomlin won the coin toss and deferred in overtime. What are we doing?
We're not doing that ever. You know what though? They're playing great football right now. It's going to be a tough matchup earlier in the season. They lose 3 straight in a row. Everybody's calling for Tomlin's head. Get him out of there.
Yeah, now he's coach of the year.
And now he's coach of the year because they're winning games with doo-doo dog shit out there.
Hopefully James Conner is back, man. Because Benny Snell, great waiver wire pickup. Not 2 points. Thank you.
He had 4 points. He had 41 yards.
Now he had a fumble.
2 points, boys.
-2, bro.
2 points, boys. Yeah, not a good pickup there. This guy's throwing to Deontay Johnson, James Washington.
And that's about it.
And that's it. What happened to my boy Vance? Vance McDonald.
Dude, they got a tight end from who?
They got Vinette.
Vinette's the truth,
Seahawks.
Yeah,
they're just using these fast guys throwing downfield. Ducks just throwing not ducks.
Their defense, dude. Oh my.
Their defense is real tough.
Oh my. TJ Watt is an animal. Minka Fitzpatrick is an animal.
Mm-hmm.
Who's their corner that they got from Cleveland?
Hayden.
He had 2 interceptions this past
Wow,
game.
because you know what? I was going to say Hayden's been pretty much overrated the last couple of years, and we're just going off of his name. That's good for him.
It's going to be a very similar game to Baltimore. I mean, Devlin can't run like Lamar, but the defenses will be out there.
Similar game as far as defense is concerned. Offense, not so much. I think our offense is better slightly.
I'd agree.
I think our offense is slightly better, and their defense is pretty much on par with us.
But James Conner's coming back, so that's going to level the playing field a little bit.
Are we 100% sure he's coming back?
And Juju's coming back. Correct.
Both of them?
Correct.
Oh, boy.
Juju's been out for 3 weeks, concussion and like a ankle or something. But yeah, they'll both be back. That'll only help. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you what the spread is.
Look, the Bills haven't lost 2 in a row all season.
And what are you saying?
I'm saying...
You making a prediction?
I'm saying the Bills are winning this one. Look, Pittsburgh's D's tough. They haven't given up more than 17 points in the last 3 games. But I think the Bills, they prove they can win on nationally televised games. Thanksgiving.
Correct. But let's go back. Dallas is not a winning football team. They do not have a winning record.
Now they're not.
Correct.
They were when we played them.
Correct. But they still haven't beat a team that has a current winning record.
But but that was at home against Dallas on Thanksgiving, which are almost guaranteed wins historically for that team.
That's true. Jason
that was still
touchdowns all year.
That was still a tough game to win, I think, and that was our toughest win all year. This, if we can win against Pittsburgh,
it's gonna be a tough game.
Might be our next to the Ravens. If we would have beat them, would probably be a top 3.
See, it's interesting because Baltimore wasn't playing for a playoff spot technically.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers and Bills, it's getting down to the wire. They need to get the wins.
Oh, man, if we would have just beat the Ravens last week, we'd be tied for first with New England because they lost.
That'd be hilarious.
We have 0 divisional titles, I think, in the last, it's like 17 New England, 1
Jets, maybe?
Jets, and 1 Dolphins.
Yep.
0 for the Bills in the
Correct.
last 19 years or whatever it was.
I mean, I don't see the Patriots losing to Cincy this week.
No, that's a win there. No. So we need to win. We just need to lock in that wild card spot. That's what we're playing for.
Prediction?
Right now. Prediction, like I said, they prove they can win on nationally televised games. We got this flexed for a reason. The Bills haven't lost 2 in a row all year. I think we can go in there. I think we can beat the Duck. 17-13 Bills. Player to watch, Singletary. Yet again, he's been hot, man. Keep running the ball. We have to establish the run, open up the play action, and as long as I swear to God, if Allen hits 1 deep ball past 20 yards this game, we might just win because he made a deep ball connection. 17-13 Bills.
Listen, I know you're not gonna like this.
Oh no, I'm not.
I got the Steelers by 3, 20-17.
Wow, why?
Difference being Steelers linebackers are on another level compared to the Bills. The corners are about the same. Both teams have elite corners.
Yeah.
TJ Watt is an animal.
He's good.
Steelers had 9 sacks against Arizona.
Dude, it's Arizona, though.
It doesn't matter.
But
Kyler can run.
Oh, but that's why they get so many sacks, because he gets out of the pocket quickly.
He really wasn't that last game.
Okay, well, I didn't watch it. I'm just making statements here.
I'm telling you, the linebackers of the Steelers are better than the Bills. Josh Allen can run and get out of those situations. It's going to be a great game. I can't see the difference being more than 3 points.
Well, that's I said 4, but yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. I don't see us losing 2 in a row, and I don't see McDermott letting that happen. He's gonna be fucking fired up. It's a Sunday night game. We don't get very many. Yep, we don't get very many primetime games. I think the Bills are gonna win this game, but that's me. Hey, before we get into our next topic, I'm gonna check to see what we got going on.
See if we have any. We're on live on Instagram currently.
Dogs.
You can tune in on Spicy Pickle's Instagram. I would give you his handle right now, but honestly, I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
And Spicy Pickle doesn't either.
We got any comments from
these podcasts will be going up on YouTube and Instagram TV soon. Spicy Pickle is checking for any questions. If you had any input or wanted to be a guest on the show, feel free to comment wherever you see this posted, and we could arrange that. We had a little Greggy T last week. Who knows who we'll have next week?
I want to get this thing to go away. I don't want that up there. There it is. Okay.
Do we have any Instagram questions?
No questions right now. No,
we got
no
a
questions.
nice. We'll just end it on this Monday night. We're having people over Monday Night Football. We have Eli Manning back at the helm for the Giants playing against Philly. Philly is playing for their life.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they beat Dallas because I like Philly more than Dallas. And King J is up by 31 points in fantasy in the quarterfinals, playing only against Sterling Shepard. He only had one
I'm
30
against
point.
him too.
He had only one 30-point week this whole entire year.
Because he was concussed for 7 weeks.
That's correct. But Eli Manning likes throwing to Sterling Shepard, and Evan Ingram's out. So I'm a little bit nervous because I think Philly's going to get up, and then the Giants are just going to have to throw, which makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But the weather was really shitty, so that plays in my favor.
Here's my bold prediction. Eli Manning.
Oh,
is
God,
back.
Stop it. Stop.
Eli Manning.
Bro, what?
Two-time Super Bowl champion. Okay. He's going to be checking down hard to Saquon. Saquon will be eating tonight. Possibly 10 catches.
You got a question up there?
Let me see. No, we got some waves.
Nah, I think Philly gets this dub. They get the dub. Eli, he's done. He's going to throw more than 2 picks tonight.
Nope. I do think the Eagles will win this game, but
how many picks for Eli?
Eli, he might throw one. I think he's got one.
I say more than 2, and I think
Carson throws 2 picks actually.
Downgrade.
Who's home?
Philly.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be tough. I don't know, man. Fantasy wise for me, I'm pretty much out of it in both leagues.
Oh, you're playing.
Baby Chris is gonna beat me.
Baby Chris,
and in my other league, Vinny's beating me. But unless Elshon gets 40 points tonight, could happen.
That's what it won't.
But highly unlikely. Real quick before we take off, I did want to mention another game of the week though, just to look out for. Titans Texans 8-5, divisional matchup here. Titans 4 in a row that they've won. Ryan Tannehill is playing his best football ever. 15 touchdowns, 5 picks since he's been named the starter of that team. Derrick Henry is running like a friggin' animal, man. That guy can't be stopped, dude. Something about him. He looks like he can't run that fast, but he just blows by somebody, bowls him over, and then he just
speed, man.
See you later.
He's like 260.
Unbelievable, man.
And he runs fast.
Exactly. He's got the speed. He's got the strength. He's the perfect running back. He's got the
aerodynamic hair.
Everything, man. Texans lost last week to the doo-doo dog shit Broncos, who we annihilated. The Texans. This is
of course Cortland Sutton could get a touchdown.
Of course. Look at here's what it comes down to. Texans are not playing good football right now. Titans are playing good football right now. Tennessee wins 28-21, and they go first place in that division. But
I have no comments because I could care less about either of those teams.
I think that's going to be it. Other than the Bills game, I think that's the only other game really to watch this week. But definitely Bills Steelers. That's not even being the home team. That's definitely the game of the week to watch this upcoming week.
Spicy Pickle, I think that's all we have time for today.
Spicy Pickle.
King J.
Out.
We're out.
Coo. Stop.
I was worried that you didn't hit record.
Not bad. 23 minutes.